Welcome. I'm really glad that you found your way here. Before we begin, I wanted to share a little bit about myself and also about the practice so that you can enjoy it to its fullest. I am Kim and I serve sensitive, justice oriented beings in reconnecting and remembering their part in this interconnected web of life. And one way of doing this is through Yoga Nidra. Now, the transmissions, the practices that you find on this channel are all live transmissions. They are fully improvised, fully channeled, and served in that moment an audience that was there in person or online. So if you hear a few sighs, a few yawns here and there, that is part of the experience, part of the collective field. If this is your first time practicing Yoga Nidra, know that there is very little that you need. You basically need a surface you can lie on comfortably. And if lying down is not accessible to you or just doesn't feel nice, then you can lie on your side or stay seated. Simply finding a position that feels comfortable for your body to fully surrender into. And from that place of quiet and stillness, that is where I'll invite you into the liminal space between here and there, between wakefulness and sleep, which I call Yoga Nidra. That is where we meet the energy of regeneration, of creativity, a sense of void, the exhalation, the end of the exhalation, the space of pure potential and of pure being. With all of this magic in mind and at heart, it is really important to drop expectations, to welcome any thoughts, any emotions, any state of being that you're in. Because all of that will influence and will carry you throughout this experience, knowing that there is nothing to achieve, that there is nothing right, nothing wrong. It's simply you allowing your bones, your body to rest. Without any further ado, if you feel open to share this little opening prayer with me, then perhaps place a hand on your heart and follow my voice, perhaps saying these words out loud as well. May we recognize our privilege. May we be protected. And may this practice serve all, honoring those who came before us, those who will come after. Let's open the space for Nidra Shakti, Hari Om Tat Sat. So I'm aware that some of you are new to this practice. And that's why I'll take a moment to share with you what might be experienced and what this exploration can be all about. Yoga Nidra is the yoga of sleep, of rest, of really pausing at the end of the exhalation and maybe even dissolving into that point. And in that practice, the body can fully rest. And that's why it's so important that your vessel, your body, is as comfortable as possible, as warm as possible. And so if you're noticing that right now you might need another layer, another blanket. I still have blankets here. And you can take this moment to also practice nourishment, to ask for what you need. So you can be here just a little bit more in tune with your body's needs. And so if you feel like your body is finding that stillness, that comfortable position, wherever that might be, know that if throughout the practice, if that changes, then you're welcome to move, to change position, to readjust. But for now, I invite you into the possibility of not having to do anything. What if there is nothing you have to do right now? It might be that sounds outside of you, around you, life outside of you and around you is going in its own rhythm, in its own cadence. What if you can allow that to be as well? And what if you can let the earth be there for you? And perhaps taking a moment to notice all the points of contact between you and the earth. From the back of your head to your neck, shoulders, and arms. The contact along the backside of your body, your upper back, middle back, that slight curve in your lower back, and your hip and the entire backside of your legs, all the way to your heels. All that is being held by the earth beneath. And so you can let each exhalation be a softening into these points. You can always come back to the size, the sound of your breath. You can always return to the sound of my voice, but if you notice that it moves into the background, that you're being carried into the space between spaces, or maybe the dream world, or somewhere else completely, then that is welcome too. And so maybe you first want to land in your heart space and taking a moment in your heart and to ask yourself to see if there is anything you want to bring with you as we journey through the inner landscape, through your inner world. And as you allow your body, your heart, your mind, your being to journey through that inner landscape, invite in that curiosity, that trust, and the surrender that comes with each moment. And as we descend into the body, you might also feel like you're descending into darkness, into night. That night sky of your inner world. And as there is darkness, there's also light. Maybe stars that illuminate that inner world. A star at the crown of your head, and the spot between your eyebrows. A star in the center, the spot between your collarbones. The right shoulder, elbow, wrist, and 5 little stars in each of your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Coming back to the star in your wrist, elbow, shoulder, the entire right arm, that night sky of your body. And as you return to the star, that light at the center of your collarbones, you might travel through and across to the left shoulder, another star in your left elbow, left wrist, finger by finger, your thumb, a star in your index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and the little finger. Your entire hand, left arm, illuminated by little stars that bring you back to to the brightness, the warmth of that star at the center of yourself, the star of your heart that shines into the left part of your chest and the right, and back to center, right below, beneath your chest bone, a bright star in the night sky of your body that descends into your navel, a star at the center of your hip, right hip bone, knee, ankle, and each single toe being a star. The big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Your entire right leg, a whole night sky full of stars. And as you travel back and over through the vessel of your hip into the left hip point, there might be yet another star in your left knee, left ankle, big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So from that little toe to the rest, the entirety of your body, you are now that night sky filled, illuminated by the placement of stars that guide you, that hold you in the vastness of the dark night. You might feel like this vast blanket of stars, of darkness, is comfortably covering you. The entire surface of your being, covering you in endless space, covering your form, your vessel, in comforting warmth that is both warm, expansive, bright, like each little star, like each little reminder in that vastness of the sky. And at the same time so endlessly dark, a void that you can let go into. And so as you rest your bones in that blanket of that night sky, still held by the darkness of the earth, there is nothing you have to do, but maybe returning back to the place in your heart, the star in your heart, and listening to what it has to whisper and what it has to say. In the same way, there is night, the descent, and that darkness. There is also a moment when there is light again, a resurfacing after rest, after falling apart into endless pieces, endless stars. There is a moment of recollection, of remembering, bringing all these little shining stars back to the place they know they belong. And so you too can slowly come back to the place where you belong, where gravity is pulling you, where breath is breathing you right now. Maybe through deeper breaths, or maybe through acknowledging, recognizing the sounds and the life around you. As you start to journey your way back into space and time, back into this place. Maybe for now, allowing that starry night sky to be there to meet you whenever it's time to do that again. But for now, you might want to start with little movements that bring you back into your body. A stretch or a yawn. And you can stay lying down as long as you wish. Whenever you feel ready, really taking a moment to recognize yourself in this space, in this time. Maybe turning on one side and slowly getting up.